job. Totally blew us out of the water. So they felt it was only fair that I put these people through this ringer, that I should go through the ringer myself. What do you think? So I want to share with you guys a quick 6-minute and 40-second message that I have, and it's called, What If? Bringing Humanity to Your Insanity. I've been in a training role in this industry for about 22 years now, and the one thing that I know is that we have a real opportunity to have a positive influence in the lives of our employees and our residents. So I have a mantra that I've taught at numerous companies that I've worked for, so many companies that I've worked for that my mom thinks I'm in the witness protection program. But this idea is get personal before you get to business. It will transform your results, and it will transform and renew your relationships. And I want to share with you a couple of ideas about that, because we are a service industry, whether you want to admit it or not, and we serve people's needs, those basic needs that you mentioned earlier, you know, food, clothing, and housing. And how our attitude has an impact on our latitude with the relationships that we're building with our customers. So I want to introduce you to this beautiful lady. This is my mom, Bonnie. She's 84 years old. She and my dad were married for 64 years. We lost him in September, and she's now faced with the prospect of leaving her home and perhaps renting an apartment. It's a very scary time for her. She's been in the same house since I've been born, and she's now going to leave that. Here's the property manager that we encountered at the first property that we visited. I think we were interrupting her lunch. I can't quite remember why she was so upset with us, but you know, think about how many times you've shopped a competitor and you were received with this kind of backfeed. I'd much rather that we notify our face that we're happy. Sometimes we have to do that. I mean, we've dealt with an irate resident for the last 10 minutes, and here we are, she's feeling it, but he's notified his face that he's happy, and he's the person that's going to help my mom through this difficult time. She'd feel trusting with him, not so much with the other. See this? Anybody ever seen this on their property? Yes, 222, that's Joe Blow. Hey, Joe, this is Steve from the office. We found a bag of garbage outside of your apartment, and you know that's against our policy. What's that you say? Oh, no. We know it was yours because we went through the trash. And we found your mail, in addition to the 6 boxes of Lucky Charms. I mean, really? Lucky Charms? But that's our policy. That's against our policy, and we're going to charge you $25 a bag if we have to come back and pick that trash up again. Policy. Policy has the opportunity to get between you and the relationships that you're building with your customers. So, if you think about my mantra, which is coming up here in 5.2 seconds, get personal before you get to business. What if we picked up the phone and said, hey, Joe, we found a bag of trash outside your door. That's not usual for you. Is everything okay? How might that change the dynamic of that moment? If I was on the office side, I'd feel a lot more comfortable having that call than the first version. And what if through that conversation we found out that Joe just had back surgery? And he said, you know, I tried to get it to the chute, but I'm not supposed to lift more than 4 pounds. And by the time I got to my front door, I was in such excruciating pain, I had to go lay down. Oh gosh, Joe, I'm so sorry to hear that. I will come and take that trash for you. Keep me posted on your progress so that I can monitor our situation, right? This is my next door neighbor's apartment door. They had just moved in. Kid you not, boxes still stacked to the ceiling. And she put out this wreath. The little pumpkin on the shelf says, give thanks. Home sweet home. Well, they went out of town, and I came home about 2 days later, and this late notice was slapped on their door. Outward facing, so everybody on my landing now knows they were late with their rent. We all know how much they're paying. Thank goodness it's a little bit more than what I'm paying. But what if, that's our policy. We got to get those 3 days out. We got to stick it to them. Policy gets in the way of the relationships that we're trying to build and sustain with our customers. So here comes my mantra. What if What if we got personal before we got to business? What if instead of before you slap that 3-day on their door, you say, I know you guys just moved in and things must be really hectic for you. I haven't got your rent yet and that won't be a pretty situation. Can you get online and make that payment? What if we took that moment to get personal before we got to business? How might it change things? How might it change our reputation? Because you know most of those people out there that are sticking it to us have had an experience with us where one of our policies has probably stepped on their toe. They're not mad at you, they're mad at themselves because they're late, but the policy and the way we deliver that experience has such a negative impact. People are walking through our door in the midst of all kinds of really stressful moments in their lives. This is the Holmes Rahi Life Stress Inventory. Death of a spouse, that's 100 on the scale of stressors. And these scores add up to cause health problems for people in the long run. So remember, everyone who's walking through your door is in the middle of a battle that you have no idea is going on. And how you choose to show up and how you choose to deliver that experience, whether it be through policy and process and procedure, or whether it be through getting a little personal before we get to business, it has the opportunity to have a positive impact on the lives of those that we serve. So thank you for letting me share that quick. We did it. First, I'd like us to give this great group of people a round of applause for their hard work. They've been at this for months, really working hard. But before I let you go, I want to share with you something that's really cool that we've been working at here at Apartmentalize. We are going to introduce, starting tomorrow, an idea called open space sessions. It's a new addition to our breakout sessions, so these are going to run concurrently with some of the sessions that you might be interested in on the calendar. But you know, you're sitting here in these rooms for the next 2-3 days being talked at. How many of you would like to be a part of the conversation? Let me see you raise your hand. Let me hear you say, how you doing? So we've designed the open space sessions with discovery learning in mind, which means that you're part of figuring out the solution, the answer, or talking about an issue that matters to you. There's going to be 6 different sessions, 6 different tracks. There's marketing, leasing, technology on Thursday. There's management and leadership, affordable housing, and emergency preparedness on Friday. These will be outside this part of the conference center where the balcony is, in the open space that we have. And you'll see big round circles of chairs and tables and a speaker podium in the middle. If you're interested in marketing, if you're interested in leasing, if you're interested in the affordable housing realm that is so important to what we're doing today, if you're interested in how to prepare for emergencies or how to be a better leader, come to these groups. Be the person that convenes or starts a conversation that matters to you, your business, and the people that you're here to participate in this fabulous conference with. So tomorrow, we look to see you guys at one of the open space sessions outside on the veranda. How's that sound? Pretty cool? All right. Well, I'm going to turn things back over to our hosts for the day, and I hope you have a great Apartmentalize. Thank you for coming to Living Room Learning. We're so glad you were here, and I hope you have a great show, great conference.